everybody, it's Susan. I am a Blue Status presenter with Unique, and I am doing a Sunday segment. The lighting, the sun is just in the worst spot right now. Let me see if I can fix it. Counteract it a little bit. Well, that's a little better. I'll just sit up real straight. Otherwise, this is down in my face. I don't like that. Let's see if I can fix it. That's better. That's better. So if you come on, say hi. Hi, Cindy. If you come on, you want to say hi, and feel free to share my video if you like. I don't know if you caught me last week. I talked about the monkeys in your head. That's the chatter that we feed ourselves. It was described to me as monkey mind, and that's really what it's like. It's all this negative chatter that goes on, or the endless list of to-dos, or the I'm not good enoughs, or the you can't do that's, or the endless things that we say to ourselves that prevent us from moving forward, or even just loving ourselves fully. So I thought that I would try to help you with things that have helped me, because I know I suffer from that every day. I have to remind myself, hey, stop talking to yourself like that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. Last Sunday we talked about what the monkeys were. So if you didn't catch that, it's on my wall from last Sunday, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I think I might have uploaded it to YouTube, so feel free to look for it there. It's been a really great day, and now my kid is trying to text me and is going to continue to text me until I answer her. So I should probably do that. See if it's going to freeze up my video, and I don't want to do that. I don't have any other way to message her. Well, she's going to interrupt me again in about 2 seconds. I can pretty much guarantee it. So, if you suffer from monkey mind, negative self-talk, stress and worry, know that there are things you can do to manage it and to kind of make it go away. I don't think it ever really goes away, but you can manage it and you can tame it. And so that's the good news. Yay! Good news there. Yes, Veronica. So just know that the monkeys and the chatter, the negative chatter, can be tamed. That's the good news. The other thing, one of the other things you can do is like talk to it, ask it questions, like stop and listen to you. Stop and listen. I don't know if you, the past week I asked you to pay attention to when you're talking negatively to yourself. And yes, train your monkey. What you say to yourself when you're talking negatively to yourself. Some of the things that I say to myself are, oh my God, you're so ridiculous. Nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Oh my God, you're so fat. Oh, you're fat and stupid. It's endless. And I always find myself, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, stop. And I ask myself, is that true? Okay, well, for starters, I'm not stupid. There is no fact that can back up. There's no fact to that. That's an opinion. Being stupid or smart or whatever is an opinion. It's not something that can be proved with facts unless you're testing. But when you're talking to yourself, you're not going to take a test to see how smart you are. As far as like being fat, well, sure, I'm overweight, but that's not who I am. That's maybe what my body is, but that's not who I am. And as far as, not being good enough or people not listening, those are all things that are not true. And there's no fact to back them up. So you know it's not true, and you try to say, okay, so I'm not good enough. Well, yes, I am, because, my belief is that God made me and put me on this earth for a reason. And Um, maybe the reason is that today I'm reaching out and I'm connecting with somebody on a level where they're like, oh my gosh, Susan feels that same way. I know how many times I have said that. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're feeling that same way. Other people actually feel the same way I do. Is it realistic to believe that things always have to go your way? Like if things aren't going your way, like, oh my God, they never go my way. Well, okay, sometimes they do. It's not an all or nothing thing. So if you're having a problem at work, or you're not meeting a deadline, or you haven't reached a goal, or your refrigerator goes out, or whatever, it's not realistic to believe that things never go your way, and it's okay if they don't go your way. What's going to happen if things don't go your way? You would ask your monkeys that. So what happens if things don't go my way? And is it true that you always have to perform perfectly, always have to be positive, and always have to be on top of your game? So if you can ask yourself how true these are, is it really true, and what is going to happen if I don't perform? What is going to happen if I'm not on top of my game? Realize that the world is not going to end unless you're a surgeon performing surgery and you're not on top of your game. Nobody's going to die, right? Maybe you're an airlane pilot, or a rocket scientist. Maybe then they might, but even if you're like falling asleep and these things are going through your head, nobody's going to die in that moment because of what you're thinking or what you're doing or not doing. So reject the beliefs that your monkey mind is trying to believe in. You got to reject them and convince it that it's not true. You don't feed into the crazy monkeys, the drunken monkeys. Like when you're talking to a drunk person, you don't like try to start believing what they're saying, right? You just kind of go, yeah, right, whatever. Go quietly now. That's not the truth. You kind of quiet them down, and that's what you do with your monkeys. Another thing that works is, for me, if I'm going to sleep at night and I am running through this list of things, my to-do list, oh my God, I didn't get this done, or oh, I have to do this, is a little notebook. Write it all down. Then it's on paper and you won't forget it, because that's why I repeat it over and over in my head. I worry about things. Write it down and then you won't forget it, and then you can go to sleep. Or take 15 minutes in the morning and say, okay, monkeys, it's your turn. What do you want to chat about? Let them have their say. Write down what they're saying, and then move on from there and tell them, I'm not going to listen to you for the rest of the day. That's just it. Set that rule for yourself. I'm not going to listen to you unless it's your 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever time you set for that. That way, you're addressing what it is they're saying, because sometimes what they're saying is yourself trying to be helpful to yourself, so you don't forget things, because you're stressed out, you've got people relying on you, you have work relying on you, you have deadlines to meet, you have things you need to get done, and they don't want you to forget. They being you, your subconscious. So if you write it down, you're going to make it all happy. You're going to have your little list, your to-do list. It's going to be written down, and then they're going to have nothing to chat about, right? Right. The other thing that works really well for me is I just take a minute and I breathe when I start getting really chatty in my head. Take a minute and I breathe, and I just concentrate on my breathing. Like, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Or in with the good, out with the bad. In with the good, out with the bad. And pretty soon you've calmed everything down. You're calm. It's a form of meditation, but it's just kind of like a relaxing thing that will clear your head so that you can move on from there. And once you can get those monkeys tamed, then you can start changing the whole thought process. But you first have to be able to quiet them and learn how to manage them. Like Cindy said, you have to train them. And it takes time. It's not something that just happens overnight. it takes time. They didn't just pop up in your head overnight. Remember when you were a kid and you didn't have any cares in the world? And as we got older, we started getting more and more things to worry about. So this is just a way that's helped me, and I hope that it will help you be kinder to yourself and start being a little bit more gentle with your thoughts. That's all I have for now. If you have any questions or you want to talk to me about anything, please feel free to message me or put a comment. Hey, Susan, want to chat? Or you can ask me a question. I'm not a professional, but I had some pretty negative thoughts and some pretty low self-esteem, and I'm trying to help you to overcome that as well and build your confidence. So, as always, be kind to yourself. I love you too, Cindy, very much. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to everyone that you meet. Share your smile, because you could brighten somebody else's day. And have a blessed evening. And I will see you later.